Great. So here you see basically an end-to-end agentic process for building a travel approval application. And you can see that any agentic application these days is basically a mix of deterministic flows with pockets of agentic reasoning. And so here you can see the different nodes within this overall graph. First, the user submits a travel request. Then you actually get the travel rates from a massive volume of unstructured data. And this is precisely where you can use LlamaIndex to build unstructured agent to reason over this unstructured data and pull out that information. Afterwards, you have deterministic human steps. You submit it to a manager for approval, submit it to the finance team for approval, and then finally route it to actually book the travel arrangements. And this is a core skill of any AI engineer these days. Being able to translate a business process and figuring out what is deterministic and where you can really leverage agentic reasoning. So maybe we can actually take a little bit of a look at the agentic piece of how you actually reason over unstructured data to hopefully actually give you back the right answer about the travel rates in the first place. So here you see a snapshot of Llama Cloud, which is our managed platform for helping you manage unstructured data. Here you can see a few documents uploaded. There's like 4 documents within Llama Cloud. It can process millions of documents of highly unstructured data from PDFs, TXT files, Excel files. We have state-of-the-art technology leveraging frontier models from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Gemini to give you extremely accurate document processing over the most complex docs with tables, charts, images, and more. And we're able to convert that into well-formatted markdown text, as you can see in this preview right here, in order to actually feed to the agent. And so here, it's feeding in the actual travel policies, and then the agent can reason over this context, even if it massively overflows the context window. So in the playground, you can actually see a short snippet of how this agent works in terms of giving you back a response over this unstructured data if you were to ask about travel rates for a given city. And so here you can see it's streaming back the response with sources and citations. And this is actually a great example of where you actually want to use agentic reasoning. Deterministic processes are not great over reasoning over massive volumes of text data. And LlamaIndex helps you manage that knowledge and stitch together agents that can reason over it with really high accuracy. So maybe we can,
That's pretty cool, Jerry. Now look, I think this is a fairly complex system consisting of deterministic steps, human steps, and non-deterministic steps. How do you observe the behavior and correctness of this entire system?
So the nice thing about this integration with UiPath is that taking a step back, you can build a highly specialized agent over super unstructured data. But then when you piece it together as part of this overall system within Maestro, you can both get LLM observability, where you can inspect the prompts sent to the models at every single step of the way, but also interleave that with all the deterministic logs from the rest of the process. And so no other platform, to my knowledge, actually does this so far. And so it's really cool to see how you can get end-to-end traceability, observability, and governance.